Hi, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here today. Now, today's reading is the January 2026 reading for the sign of Capricorn. So first month of the year. Happy New Year to you, Capricorn. I hope that you had a wonderful holiday season. And, equally, I hope that the new year brings many wonderful things your way. For the reading today, we're going to be using the Gilded Tarot deck by Ciro Marchetti, doing a 10-card Celtic cross spread for the reading. Just a reminder, these readings are general in nature, so the messages may or may not resonate. If you do enjoy the reading and you would like to be notified whenever I do post new content, please, let me move my candle. Please consider subscribing. So subscribe to the channel, that way you will be notified whenever I do post. And if you're looking for more frequent content, sort of daily, weekly type readings, much shorter content, you can follow me over on TikTok. I'm at Changing Phases Tarot on TikTok. All right, let's get going then. So you begin with, in the center of your spread, the Four of Cups. So Four of Cups, it's oftentimes referred to sort of this apathy card, right? It's feeling bored, could be just, emotionally unfulfilled with a situation, could be, any situation in your life. It can play out differently for everybody watching. But by only sort of focusing on, what you're not satisfied with, you might be missing out on this holy grail, this opportunity that is, right there. It's nearby. So it's paying attention, so as not to miss out on a potential, ace, this holy grail, this Ace of Cups, which could represent a new job offer that is like that dream job, a new relationship that could be a very good relationship coming in for you. And what could help or hinder? Yeah, it's crossed by the Three of Swords. So, I feel that what could help or hinder this could be, past heartache. So, having been hurt in the past, having had some type of disappointment, if it is a relationship, in the relationship, or on the relationship front, if it's more to do with like a job, some type of disappointment, maybe a setback. And maybe that's what's causing this apathy, right? This sense of boredom, or, just not being able to even open yourself up to see, this wonderful new thing, new opportunity that could be right around you at this time. We have in the deep past, in the foundation position, beautiful major arcana number 19. This is the Sun. And the Sun is the most positive card in the entire deck. So when it shows up, it does lessen the severity of any kind of negative cards. Not that there necessarily are negative cards in the tarot, but they're, sort of more challenging energies. So with this showing up, it just does really kind of clarify what I was saying about this Three of Swords, where it's not, a terrible energy. It's just one that could be, a past disappointment, and that's having an influence on your present. But the Sun is all about good health, vitality, very, very positive. So yeah, it's we'll see how, how it ties in with the rest of the reading here. We have in the recent past the Five of Wands. Sometimes this Five of Wands shows up when you are going out for a new job, right? It's a card of competition. So this is you going up against your competition if you are applying for jobs. But it isn't a card of, actually getting hurt in the process. You can see that they're all just vying for that, the top position, sort of the trying to intimidate the others to come out on top, right? So it is, if you have been applying for jobs, maybe recently you've been actively interviewing for jobs, it's that process of going up against other people, with it being the Suit of Wands. Wands has to do with the work that we do. It's creative projects and endeavors, and then our own drive, determination, passion for those things, right? So, yeah, we have crowning you in, so the messages from your higher self. You have another major arcana. So we have two major arcana sitting opposite each other here. And it's actually, it goes kind of in order from the 19 up to the 20, right, in the tarot, in the major arcana, which is Judgment. And Judgment is, it can be a judgment call. It can be getting a call back. So going back to this interview, if you have interviewed for a position in the past, maybe you interviewed, didn't hear back from them, Maybe you submitted your resume a long time ago, never heard from them. It's getting that call back now. So there's some type of call back or a chance to redo something. The judgment can also be redoing. So this opportunity to redo something. If it is to do with a relationship, for some, I mean, obviously this isn't going to be with everybody, but there could be a chance to kind of do over or redo something within the relationship if things didn't go well. But it's, it's a judgment call. So a difficult decision possibly is weighing on your mind here. We have more major arcana energy in the near future with the Empress. And the Empress is number 3 of the major arcana. 3s in the tarot have to do with growth, potential, expansion, very expansive energy. She is, very beautiful, very alluring, very attractive. You can see on the card, right? She's a very beautiful woman. So that could be a focus on your outward appearance at this time, or coming in, as you move through the month of January. For some of you, you could be finding out that you're pregnant, or somebody around you. You might be finding out about this pregnancy because obviously the Empress can represent, that mother, the growth, fertility, to do with like getting pregnant. But it doesn't necessarily have to be. In the work environment, it would be growth potential surrounding a new project or surrounding a new job offer, right? There's just a lot of growth potential for you in that area. You show up in the reading as the High Priestess, a very intuitive energy, right? This is number 2 of the major arcana, the High Priestess. She sits between the physical realm and the spiritual realm, and she really encourages us to tap into our own intuition. There might be messages coming through sort of in the daytime, right? Through like repeating numbers, signs, synchronicities. Pay attention to those and what you're doing at the time, or what you're thinking at the time when those show up, such as, you're out driving, the license plate in front of you might have 333 on it, or 444. Like, pay attention to those types of synchronicities. Also, messages coming through at nighttime in your dreams. It might be a good time for you to keep a dream journal, to jot those down. And then as you move through the month, see how those messages tie in with what's going on with you, right? How they might help you possibly as you move through the month. You have in your environment, surrounding you, you have the 9 of Swords. So it's like there's some type of concern that could be keeping you up at night, right? And it could have to do with, going back to this 3 of Swords, it could have to do with a past disappointment. It could have to do with if you have been going out for a job, or you're currently on the job hunt, you're on the job market right now. There could be that concern, but it's the being kept up at night, right? But it is just thinking, right? It's the suit of Swords. It's has to do with our mind. It's also a suit of communication, but it's that repetitive monkey mind type of energy. Your hopes and fears. You have the Star card. This is number 17 of the major arcana. And the star is all about wish fulfillment. This is wish upon a star, setting your intentions, putting them out into the universe, and then trusting that the universe will provide. It's also a card of healing, very spiritual, right? We have the star, we have the sun. With the sun and the star, there might be, this opportunity, or this focus might be on, say, social media. For others, if you've gone out for like a role in the spotlight, so on stage, if you're an actor or a singer or something like that, there might be a focus on that at this time, or on you. You might be sort of in the spotlight. And we have, you're walking away. By the time you reach the end of January, I feel that you have made a very difficult decision by the time you reach the end of the month, and you're moving on. You're turning your back on a situation, you're heading in a new direction, even though you're not entirely sure what lies ahead. You know that you can also not stay put where you are. So there's movement, heading in a new direction, but trusting that where you are going is going to be more in line with what you are looking for at this point in your life. And I feel that bottom of the deck, you have the 10 of Wands. You're tired, right? And if you are if you're already employed, this could be you just feeling that, overburdened, feeling that people don't, they don't value you. You know, you do too much there. Maybe when you started, you wanted to kind of, you took the job as a way to get your foot in the door, but then you've ended up taking on more and more responsibilities, doing other people's work, and just people, you know, the company or wherever it is, really loading on the work. And when you only had 1 or 2 wands, that was fine, but you're up to 10. This is a lot, and so it's just, you know, you're feeling overburdened, and you really want to just set these down, even though it is, you know, as a 10, it's like the harvest. So you've worked long and hard. It doesn't feel like it. It feels heavy. You're tired. You're ready to just kind of put that down. You would like to just take one wand, have this new opportunity, and I feel that's what you're doing as you head in this new direction with the Eight of Cups showing up. Yeah, and if I look immediately beneath it, I wasn't going to look, but there's the Knight of Wands, which is, this is the job offer coming in. So, you know, this one wand that you might have been just hoping for, right, to put down the 10 and just have this one, this is the news, you know, this is the job offer coming into you. So I feel that by, you know, by the end of January, whatever disappointment you might have been facing, possibly to do with the career, because there's a lot of, you know, with the Five of Wands, this going up against other people, feeling bored in this job, disappointed, possibly you've been, you know, looked over for a promotion, or, you know, they just felt disappointed in the way that you've been treated in the job. It's been keeping you up at night, or you really want to move in a new direction. By the time you get to the end of the month, I feel that you are going to make that difficult decision, and you are going to choose to head in a new direction. Also, with the number of major arcanas that you have in the spread, I mean, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so half of the spread is made up of major arcanas. That shows me that the month of January is going to be a very significant month, a lot of divine orchestration at play here, especially with this High Priestess showing up. So the universe kind of stepping in, putting divinely orchestrated events, people, opportunities kind of on your path as you move through the month. So when you do have, you know, that many, I mean, it is evenly weighted with the, you know, the minor arcanas and the pip cards, but when you have a significant number of major arcanas showing up in the spread, it does represent, you know, a lot of divine timing and orchestration at play. So yeah, it looks like a very powerful, a very good start to the new year for you, Capricorn. So again, if you enjoyed the video, please do consider giving it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and just, you know, I look forward to reading for you again. And just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful month of January. Bye for now.